Good morning, everyone. We are back today with another day of work on the CRX here. Came in this morning, did a quick little wipe down of the engine bay because it was really dusty. But now, today, the main goal is to get these bumpers ready, sand them down, fix all the imperfections, and go from there. So for the bumpers, we're going to be using 800 wet, just because there's not too many imperfections. We're just going to sand it down, rough all the paint up, and we should be good to go. So the rear bumper is all sanded. All the nicks were feathered out, as you can see there. Now there are a couple nicks that didn't feather out, such as these here. I don't know if you could see. Those did not feather out. Same as these here. And this little nick here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on to the front bumper, find all the imperfections in it, and then we'll be able to mix some Bondo and fix those little nicks up. So the front is a little different than the rear. As you can see on the rear, I was able to feather out most of the chips that were in with just 400 grit. But with the front has a lot of rock chips, a lot of them, really small. And so it would take me forever to feather all these little spots with 400 grit by hand. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna use the DA machine and sand this whole front piece, feather out all these rock chips with 320 grit. So same thing with this piece here. There's a lot of little rock chips. So let's get to it. So I went through and sanded a lot of the rock chips. There's still a couple, but I've sanded a lot of the rock chips. Just quickly taped this. It's really bad, but I just quickly taped this so none of the Bondo gets on the black trim. And now it's time to mix them up and wipe. Today is a new day. I have already started blocking the car to prep it for paint. As of right now, this panel is done here, the roof is done, hood is halfway done. So let's get to work. We're gonna block some more, see how much we can get done today. Hood is now done, sanded, prepped, ready to get taped up and sprayed. Now we're gonna move on to the sides of the car, see how much we can get done. So how I've been blocking this car is I'm using 400 grit paper, and I'm blocking it on a stick, that way the surface is flat. And after 400 grit paper, then we go to 800 grit. So I knock the surface down with 400 and then go back over it with 800.
Wanna get you right now. It's take me like bomb. Heart gon' speed so God splash on my brain. wanna get you 당장 Mailing your head 답답해 Wonder if can or dash on your favorite space on my brain Attention you fade But gave me so bad Damn, you're such a splash on my brain Attention you fade But gave me so bad Damn, you're such a
Alright, so this side is all blocked with 400 grit. We just knocked the tops off. As you can see, it's still looking a little rough. If we come over to the side that I haven't touched, you can see the black dots. This is called the low spot finder dots. And so after we're done priming, we spray this on there and it makes it easier to level the primer when we're sanding. So back to the side that I've already sanded with 400 grit paper. We are now gonna go through and do it all again with 800 grit, but we're gonna wet sand it. We're gonna wet sand with 800 grit, and then it'll be smooth like the hood and the roof. Let's get it. Let's get it.
안기고 싶어 예뻐 지금 앉아 가서 쓰는 중 너 생각에 잠겨 yeah yeah
Crank me so bad 이건 내가 위험해 Don't tell my friends Check you I'm gon' dash Crank me so bad 이건 내가 위험해 Don't tell my friends Check you I'm gon' dash Wanna get you right now Need to take me like bomb Heart gon' speed so cold Splash on my baby Wanna get you 당장 Mailing your head 답답해 Wonder if can or dash on your favorite space on my brain Attention you fade But gave me so bad Damn, you're such a splash on my brain Attention you fade
This side is now all done, blocked with 400 and then 800 right after. Smooth as can be, ready to get prepped for paint. The last thing we have left on this car is the other side, which I'm gonna do right now, and then we will hop on the bumpers after everything else is done. We are back on the bumpers now. I did what I could, but Dad came through and fixed the rest of my imperfections.
Wonder if can or dash on your favorite space on my brain Attention you fade But gave me so bad Damn, you're such a splash on my brain Attention you fade But gave me so bad Damn, you're such a splash
Back to the bumpers. All of the rock chips have been fixed and the bumpers have been primed. I already got started on sanding the primer on the rear bumper here, so we're going to continue to sand this and hopefully finish the bumpers today so that they can get prepped with the car and painted very soon. Alright everyone, so we have the front bumper primed and blocked and it's ready for paint besides this little piece here. I gotta sand this in the morning, but we'll get that done really quick. There's the front. And over here we have the rear all primed and blocked, ready for taping and painting. A little sneak peek for the next video. The car is taped up and ready for paint. Like and comment if you're excited. Oi, you ready to paint my car?
Yeah, let's do it.